Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, May 24th, NBA playoffs, Western Conference Finals, Game 2, Mavs and Wolves. So if you watch Game 1 like we did, what a game, right? So Kyrie was fantastic from all the 2-point areas in the first half. Luka was fantastic in the fourth quarter to close it out. Mavs get a huge win on the road. T-Wolves, Anthony Edwards looked like something was wrong for quite a bit of that, although he did pop us for 3 threes, 4 threes, and 5 threes, so extremely profitable on a few bets that we made. Only scoring 19 points, and he got 15 of them off of 3-pointers. That's not like Anthony Edwards, right? Ant-Man's normally going to get a lot of layups, a lot of points at the rim, or pull-up jumpers. He was, in mid-range. He wasn't doing really any of that. Every time he got close to the rim, the Mavs have pretty good interior defense, not going to lie, but he was looking to pass. Jaden McDaniels. When's the first time you ever saw Jaden McDaniels go for 24 plus and a bunch of threes? That was the first time. So he had a monster first half. Karl Anthony Towns, offensively, is he's been a disaster. He's really hurt him. He takes a ton of shots, and he doesn't shoot at a decent clip at all. He was 2 for 9 from 3. He took him and Ant-Man took the most 3-pointers. At least Ant-Man was 5 for 12. And if Ant-Man's going to continue to jack up 12 threes a game, we're going to continue to bet 5 for sure. Because he does hit at a pretty decent clip. And he normally only shoots them when he's open on that one there. But Luka didn't hardly hit any threes. Kyrie got 0 threes. P.J. Washington was under on threes. Gafford had a lot of dunks, which was kind of surprising. That interior of the T-Wolves defense, they really got in there. And off the screen and roll, really had something cooking there with Gafford rolling, with Kyrie and Luka going into the paint quite a bit. Wolves-wise, like I said, something just seemed to be off. And it was Anthony Edwards. But Anthony also played, it looked like he was playing Kyrie for a majority of the game and running all over the place. So what changes are we going to see in Game 2? Right? So first of all, I don't know if Anthony Edwards is going to get on Kyrie or if it's going to be Jaden McDaniels on that one. But one of those guys, somebody's going to be playing Kyrie, somebody's going to be playing Luka. Now, Luka, I almost think Anthony Edwards should play Luka. Physically wise, could be a little bit of trouble for him versus Jaden McDaniels on that one. And Jaden might not be fast enough to maybe go follow Luka or follow Kyrie all over the place. But Luka's definitely going to be a lot more stationary than Kyrie. Kyrie still runs quite a bit. He's all over the court. And obviously, you're going to get tired chasing them around. So Gobert needs to have a better defensive game. When those guys get into the middle, they need to feel the shot blocker that the T-Wolves paid for. Karl Anthony Towns on the interior can play better defense as well. As Lively, Gafford, Derrick Jones, guys like that seem to be having field days against the T-Wolves defense. Now, I guess field days, when you normally see the T-Wolves defense that shuts everybody down, the T-Wolves still only scored barely in the the Mavs still only scored in the hundreds, but it wasn't like they put up $120. But the Mavs weren't hitting any threes. That 3-point defense is legit. Now, so what are they going to do? I think maybe they give away a little 3-point defense away and probably focus a little bit more on the interior. Better screen and roll defense is definitely going to be needed. Is you don't want to give a bunch of layups and dunks. That to me that just gives the other team a lot of momentum, as does hitting threes. But you saw the Mavs weren't really hitting any threes. So they got all their momentum off of those layups and dunks. Also, Minnesota causing turnovers and actually running the fast break out of it would definitely be a plus. Anthony Edwards had some steals. Luka obviously was over his turnover mark. That was a big hit for us as well in the last game. So we're looking at the T-Wolves in this game. Now, what's unique about this one is T-Wolves were basically 4.5 point favorite for Game 1 for multiple days. So they lose Game 1, and what's the line go to? 5.5. So, which is a key number in basketball, folks. 5 is the key number. So you need to be looking for a spot at 5 or possibly maybe buying down to 5. We expect the T-Wolves to have a much better game plan for this one, as game 1 was kind of a feel-out game, and they weren't super hot from the field, but Dallas shot over 50% from the field. They had a bad three-point shooting night and still shot over 50, so you can tell they weren't missing many inside the arc. So, and the total went from like 206.5 to 207.5 as the game did go over by a few points, not by a bunch. And the Mavs, I think this might be their high scoring point in this series, scoring around 108. Don't expect them to score quite as much. In fact, their team total for game 2 is 101.5 in that one as well. So let's give you the bets that we've got for this T-Wolves Mavs series, or Mavs game 2. Sorry about that. We did expect this series to go 6 and the Mavs to win a road game at some point. So everything's still kind of in line for that. Just now that we need the Wolves to win 4 out of the next 5. But we are taking the Wolves -2 in the first quarter, -3.5 in the first half. They covered both first quarter and first half in game 1. Wolves -5 for the game. Ant, his line did come down from 27.5, 28.5 in game 1 down to 26.5, so we're going over. Slow-mo, Kyle Anderson, over 3.5 points. He did put up, I believe, was it 11? Or 7 plus 11? Somewhere between 7 and 11. Slow-mo hitting that one. So over 3.5 for Slow-mo. And he seemed to be playing pretty well off the bench there. And to get some easy buckets. Ant-Man, 3+ threes. 4+ threes. 5+ for Ant. Now, the odds have went way down. Like we got 5+ threes for +550 in game 1. And now 5+ threes was +320. So we're not getting as much return on investment, so to speak, on those. But think he's going to have a lot of opportunities as they are playing pretty sagging defense on him, as they are scared about him going to the rack. So Ant-Man also over 39.5 par, points, assists, rebounds combined. Karl Anthony Towns under 2.5 threes. He hit 2 threes in game 1. And that's the most threes he's had in multiple games in a row. They raised it up to 2.5, so we're going under. Kyrie under 2.5 threes. Once again, 2.5 threes. He didn't even really look to take a lot of threes as he was doing most of his business in the paint on that one there. We also have Naz Reid off the bench for 2+ threes. Daniel Gafford over 5.5 rebounds as he... Amongst the trees, he was doing pretty well, grabbing some rebounds. We also like Gafford over 0.5 turnover. I understand it's really juicy, but it's only 1 turnover, and he's in the paint majority of the time. Defensive-wise, they'll slap at balls. A lot of things can happen there, so Gafford over the 1.5 turnover. Let's see. Then we've also got Derek Lively for 2+ blocks and Rudy Gobert for 2+ blocks. And then one bet on Luka in this game is over 4.5 turnovers. That number did go up from 3.5, but his number normally is at 4.5. That's why we hammered it so hard in the last game and tried to tell you guys about it as much as possible. But you normally see him at 4.5 in that one. And we also like the Mavs under 101.5 team total. So let's give you those bets one more time. T-Wolves, Mavs, game 2. T-Wolves -2 in the first quarter, -3.5 first half, -5 for the game. Ant-Man over 26.5 points, 3+ threes, 4+ threes, 5+ threes, over 39.5 par. Slow-mo, over 3.5 points. And if you don't know who Slow-mo is, Kyle Anderson. Karl Anthony Towns under 2.5 threes. Kyrie under 2.5 threes. Naz Reid 2+ threes. Daniel Gafford over 5.5 rebounds and over 0.5 turnover. Derek Lively 2+ blocks. Rudy Gobert 2+ blocks. Luka over 4.5 turnovers. And the Mavs under the 101.5 team total. So a lot of bets here for this game. Roughly, let's say about 18 bets here that we've made on game 2. So if you want to check all of those out, and also what juice we got, how many units, and what book we wagered those at, you can do so pretty easily. At the end of every episode and on our TikTok and YouTube channel pages, you will see a link to our Google Sheet. It is docs.google.com/spreadsheet, a bunch of other stuff behind it. Just click into there, And then you sport-wise, basketball 23-24 season, and then scroll down to May 24th, and you'll be able to see all of those bets there. Also, if you want to make life easy to find us, really simple to do, on whatever social media platform you're watching us on right now, make sure you subscribe or follow to the channel. Once you hit that subscribe or follow button, we will be in your subscription or followers tab. And every time we drop a new episode of Bets, it'll be there as well. Or if you want to make life even easier to find us, you can do so easily as well. Turn on those notifications for whatever social media platform you're watching us on, and you'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence that you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.